Hello everyone, this is BV Hiramat. Today I am going to discuss one of the very important chapter in the second PUC, that is electric current. See, electric current nothing but if the charges in motion which constitute the electric current. First we should know the concept of charges or charge or electrical charge. See, electric charge is nothing but it is a property possessed by the material that makes it possible for them to exert electrical force and to respond to a electrical force. That type of property we can call it as charge. See, once again, charge is nothing but it is a property of a body and that make to exert a force, that is electrical force, or which respond to the electrical force. Due to that property, the body exert a electrical force or which responded to another electrical force. That type of property we can call it as electric charges. If the charges are at rest, and which that concept is studied in the first chapter, that is electric charges and fields. So now this is the concept here, the charges in the motion that constitute the electric current. And in the current electricity chapter, we study about the electric current, its various effects, and the phenomenon related to electric current. So these concepts we'll going to discuss in the following classes. See, let us consider two conductors. These are the two conductors here. Let us consider two conductors to different potential. So it's having its potential is different and its potential is different, having different potentials and supported on the insulating stands. See here, these are the insulating stands. So on these insulating stands, the objects are present. These conductors are present on the insulating stand. When they are held at some distance, there is no flow of electric charges from one conductor to another conductor. See, so these two conductors having a different potential. If these two conductors which is placed with a certain distance, in such a condition, these charges does not flow from one conductor to another conductor because they are surrounded by the insulating medium. See here, these are the surrounded by insulating medium. So here in this case, because of the insulating medium, here insulating medium is air medium. So because of the insulating medium, these charges does not flow from one conductor to another conductor. If these conductors are now connected by a metallic wire, if these conductors are connected by a metallic wire like this, in such a condition, charges flow from the conductor of higher potential to the other lower potential, and this flow of charge continues till the potential of the two conductors becomes equal. So these electric charges flow from one conductor to another conductor till the potentials of the two conductors becomes equal. See, if the two conductors connected by a metallic wire are maintained at a constant potential difference, if these two conductors having the constant potential difference, then there will be a constant or a steady flow of charges in one direction in the connecting metal wire. The net flow of charge through a metal wire constitutes the electric current. So in such a condition, if the net flow of charges that constitute the current, see, so if the two conductors having equal potentials, then so if we connected with some wire, metallic wire, in such a condition there is a constant flow of charges takes place that constitute electric current. And then example of for the flow of charges is, best example is lightning. The lightning is a natural phenomenon, we already know that. So lightning is a natural phenomenon where charges flow from the cloud to the earth through the use of atmosphere or through the atmosphere, but the flow of charges in the lightning is not steady actually. So these charges flow from the cloud to earth, which is not steady. Again, there are many devices are there which we can use our daily life, in the daily life, where charges flow a steady state or steady rate. Like example, a torch light, a torch, or a cell driven clock. There are some examples of steady flow of current. The next thing is definition of electric current. See, this is a conductor here. This is a conductor in which there are so many electrons are present inside the conductor, and the definition of electric current is like this. The electric current is measure of amount of charges or a number of charged particles that passes a point per unit time. See, so the number of electrons or number of charged particles passes through a point per unit time. That is what we can call it as electric current. Or also you can take it as a definition like this. The electric current definition is like this. The electric current is defined as a charge flowing through any cross section of a conductor in a 1 second or a unit time. That is the definition of electric current. See, the number of charges or number of electrons flowing through any cross section of a conductor in 1 second or a unit time, that is called as electric current. And its formula is like this. Current, electric current I equal to, so the rate of flow of charge, that is a Q divided by T. This is a formula of the electric current. If that is the in case of rate of flow of charge is steady, or in case of DC direct current, so this is the formula. If the flow of current may vary, then if the rate of flow of charge varies with the time, in such a condition the formula is the current is equal to dq divided by dt. The different types of currents, see, that which is explained using a graph. See, along the x-axis there is a time, and along y-axis current. So this is the curve A. In the curve A here, so there is no change in the current with the time. As time changes, there is a flow of current that is a constant. The steady flow of current takes place with respect to time. And this is, you can take it as a steady current or a direct current. Hence, so option E, that is a curve that shows a steady current which does not vary with the time. Then this is the curve B, and this is the curve C. See here, in the curve B and C, the current variation takes place. See here, this is the current, its value is 0, and the current increases with respect to time, and there is a variation of current like this. So here in the during these B and C, in the case B and case C, the variation of a current takes place whose magnitude varies with the time. Then this is the third curve, fourth curve, the curve D. Here the current varies alternately. See here. So in positive, negative, like this. The current varies alternately here. Hence the curve D that shows alternating current whose magnitude varies continuously, and the direction changes periodically. Positive, negative, like that. Then the SI unit of electric current. See here, the SI unit of electric current is ampere, which is represented by a capital A. And when electric current is 1 ampere, its definition is like this. Charges flow at a rate of 1 coulomb per second. Then by convention, the direction of electric current is that along with a positive charges move. See here, by sign convention or by convention, the direction of a electric current is that along which the positive charges moves. Then electric current is a scalar quantity because it follows the law of scalar addition. then angle between the wires carrying a current does not affect the total current. And this is the basic concept of electric current here. Then if the here, so the electric current flows in a different cases, like in solids, liquid and gaseous. The current carriers here, in the case of in the electric current, so the current carriers are charged particles whose flow in the, that is a defined in a particular definite direction that constitute the electric current. See, we know that the definition of an electric current, according to that, actually the current carriers here are the charged particles whose flow in the definite direction that constitute the electric current. See, in the liquid, the conductors such as electrolytic solutions, which are a salt solution like that. The current carriers are, in the liquid, current carriers are the positively and negatively charged ions. Here, this is in case of liquids or fluids. In case of liquids, the current carriers are positively and negatively charged ions. In gaseous conductors, such as a discharge tubes, the current carriers are positive ions and electrons. Then let's come to the solids. If in case of the solid conductors such as the metals, the valence electrons are the current carriers. This is in case of solids. See here, this is an example of the liquid, liquid conductors. This is an example of the liquid conductors. Here, the electrolytes, or we can call it as a positively and negatively charged ions, are the charge carriers. Due to that charge carriers, the flow of current takes place here. Then next thing is, so in case of gaseous conductors, this is an example of the discharge tube. So here in this case, the current carriers are positively charged ions and the electrons are the charge carriers. The next thing is, especially it is in case of the solids. In the solid conductors such as metals like that, the valence electrons, see here, these are the valence electrons. The valence electrons are the current carriers. See, in solid conductors, the atoms and molecules, which are, you can call it as atoms or molecules, so which are tightly bonded. So more tightly they are bonded to each other. But some of the electrons, we can call it as a valence electrons, are practically free to move within the material like molecules in the gas. These electrons are called as a free electrons. Under the effect of the electric field, these free electrons move in the definite direction, resulting in the flow of charge, that is, we can call it as current in the material. See here, so we know that every material is made up of a smallest particle, which is called as atoms. Those atoms, the atomic arrangement of the atoms in the solids, which are very tightly, those atoms are arranged very tightly and compactly, and in which there are some valence electrons are practically free to move within the material like molecules in the gas. And these type of electrons, we can call it as a free electrons under the effect of electric field. So under the effect of electric field, if it is taken as a positive and negative side, and there is an electric field is developed inside here, then due to this electric field, these flow of current electrons takes place in a definite direction, that going to give the current that goes, that is the, that we can call it as electric current. See, when in different case, when there is no electric field, or when no electric field is applied to a solid conductor, if there is no electric field is here, then the free electrons move due to their thermal velocities. So due to thermal velocity, those free electrons which are move in the conductors, there is no preferential direction, there is no particular direction for the velocities of the electron due to their collision with other atoms and ions. Because of the randomness, because of the direction, so the randomness of the random directions in the different directions, in the different random directions, these electrons are moves. The number of electrons traveling in any direction will be equal to the number of electrons traveling in the opposite directions. So if this is the case, if the electric field is applied, then these electrons are flow in a particular direction. In absence of the electric field, these electrons move with the different directions because of the thermal velocity. Then due to collision, these electrons are move with a different velocity. Then that's why the number of electrons traveling in any direction will be equal to the number of electrons in the opposite direction. Hence there is no net flow of electric charge in any direction inside the solid conductor. There will be no current in it. See, in the absence of external electric field, so there is a net current is equal to 0, because there is a flow of charges, but because of the random motion, the net flow of electric charge or total current inside the conductor in any direction is equal to 0. To understand what happens when the electric field is applied to a piece of conductor. So now let us consider a conductor with a certain radius r. The two thin circular discs, see here, one is at this side, another one is this side. Two thin circular discs which is a dielectric of the same radius are taken. One is with a positive charge taken as a plus q, which is distributed at one disc, and the negative charges, see here, which are negative charges, that is minus q, distributed on the other disc. There are two discs are here. Then these two discs are attached to the two flat ends of the flat faces of the cylinder or a conductor. So these two discs are attached to the free ends of the conductor. Then now an electric field is created inside the conductor, because one is a positive charge here and the negative charge is here. We know that electric fields, the properties of electric field, that says the electric field which arises from the positive charge ends with the negative charge. So electric field starts from positive charge and ends with negative charge. That's why electric field is created inside the conductor. Then the direction from the positive, direction of electric field is from positive charge towards the negative charge. So that electric field direction from positive to negative. Due to this field, the free electrons in the conductor will be accelerated towards the positive charge. See here, there are so many free electrons are available inside the conductor. These conductors are accelerated towards the positive side, because the properties of charge that says the electrons are the negative charge particles which are attracted towards the positive side, because according to properties of charge, unlike charges are attract each other. That's why negatively charged electrons are attracted towards the positive side of the conductor, and the neutralizes charges on the disk. The motion of these electrons will be there till the electric field is exist inside the conductor. In this situation, there will be a current for a short time and no current thereafter. Initially, there is a flow of current takes place. Later, there is no flow of current. If we apply a steady current, steady electric field inside the body of the conductor by connecting a cell or battery across the two ends of the conductor, then there will be a continuous steady current in the conductor. See, this is the concept of the charged disc attached to the faces of the conductor. In such a condition, the electric electrons, these free electrons, are attracted towards the opposite side, that is the positive side, and once it is neutralizes, then there is no flow of current. Then if you want a continuous steady of flow of current in such a condition, you need to do like this here. So if we apply the steady electric field, see, that case, if you want to apply the steady electric field, then you need to connecting a cell. See, this is the cell or battery. So across the ends of the conductor, we need to connect the cell or battery across the ends of the conductor. So which is connected like this, one end is negative, another end is positive. In such a condition, there is a constant flow of there is a constant electric field is developed inside the conductor, then there is a constant flow of current takes place. Thank you everyone.